Good morning. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our webinar, Czech Space in Focus. My name is Veronika Mašínová, and I work at Innovation Agency JIC in Brno, and I primarily act as an incubation manager of the ISABIC Czech Republic Brno branch. About this event, I will just briefly introduce. The goal of this event is to present the Czech space ecosystem, its key players, success stories, and collaboration examples, opportunities, including examples of how ESA programs are supporting the commercialization of space technologies in the Czech Republic. This webinar is part of International Space for V4 project, which aims to strengthen cooperation in space innovation between Czechia, Slovakia, Hungary, and Poland. Later in the program, you'll hear more about the project itself from Anna Čaplovičová from Innovato Cluster in Slovakia, who is also the project coordinator. Before I I will hand it over to Anna. Let me mention just a slight change in agenda. You can see the two presentations that have been switched. As you can see it on the screen. So first, after the introduction of the Czech space ecosystem from Marie Němečková, there will be Dominic Clement from Y-Space, and then Brno Space Cluster introduction. Just so you know about the agenda. On another note, yes, please, during the whole event, please don't hesitate to ask our speakers questions. You can type that in chat. I will check it during the webinar, or you can ask in person or online person. But it will be better if you would ask after the presentation. It would be much more better for the speakers. And now at this point, I'm happy to give the floor to Anna Čaplovičová from Innovato Cluster, who will introduce the organization and the Space for V4 project.
Hello, thank you, Veronika, for introduction and also for preparation of this nice event and very fruitful and comprehensive program. I'm very happy and very interested to hear all the stuff that are being done in Czech, because you are a big inspiration for us. That was also the reason why we started or why we initiated this cooperation that, the Slovakia is a little bit lacking behind in this sector. However, we have already some like good innovative companies or innovative activities. We want to gain a lot of inspiration and know-how and best practices. So thank you again. Okay, I will start sharing. Please then confirm if everything is okay. If you see, oops.
Yes, we can see it.
Okay, I go back. Okay. So as said, my name is Anna Čaplovičová and I am the Managing Director of Innovato Cluster. I will tell you a couple of words about our organization. We are nationwide innovation hub or cluster. We are connecting businesses, research institution, training organization, and also a lot of non-profit. And our mission is simply to accelerate innovation, foster cooperation, and to help our members, companies, and also the NGOs somehow to move forward. These are a little bit about the facts. We were established in 2018 as by our founders. These were mostly the companies from industry and machinery. Then in late 21, we established the cluster where we actually have 70 members. Half of that, is approximately from industry still. Then we have also a lot of members from services, NGOs, universities, R&D, and training. As said, we operate in all regions of Slovakia, and we have also the members and activities in all regions of Slovakia, and we have also a couple of companies and one university also from Czech Republic. This is Tomáš Baťa University, then Koma Modular, you know, and Strojkar, so the 3 members, and we will be happy to invite even more our colleagues from Czechia. We are a little bit specific in that we are multi-sector focused. We are dealing with topics such as digitalization, circular economy, energy, social innovations, AI, automation, and recently also the space. So the topics are coming with new members in principle, and about a year and a half, we welcomed also the members from that are already active in space sector. So therefore, we also add this topic to our activities. We have in principle 4 space-related companies now. This is M2M Solutions, Space Scavengers, Entropy Space, and Biscom. Our activities can be clustered in 3 pillars. First is community. We are trying to do a lot of live events, conferences, festivals to strengthen the cooperation and the relationship between the members, because it was proved, and we also believed that at first you have to have some cooperative environment and the people that trust each other, and then this is then the good start for future collaboration and also for future successful projects. So we invest quite a lot of time and energy to building the community also with non-informal gatherings, family gatherings, and so on. Then the big part, the big pillar is the Knowledge Hub. We are also fostering and trying to involve our members and their experts into this learning process. So the peer-to-peer learnings, we are inviting them to perform as experts on workshops, masterminds, focus groups. And also we provide not just our members, but also the clients with business tools such as consulting, expert groups. We have a digital platform where we provide to our members the digital marketplace where they can post and share their offers and their demands. As said, so we jumped into also this new field, very progressive field of space economy or space engineering due to our members. But what we are interested is, and also this V4 project, it's or focused also, it's to involve much more traditional industrial companies and manufacturing companies into this field, because as we know, now the status of European industry is not that great, and also the future of automotive is really questionable. And as you know, in Slovakia, but also the Czechia, we may have quite difficult situations, and also many of our members are involved in automotive sector. So we would also like to show them also the possibilities and opportunities to find the different sectors and the different new projects also in space field. In Slovakia, we cooperate with the state and the government bodies, also with our colleagues organizing industrial multinational and nationwide conference, Vyťah-Conf. Maybe you know, this will be already 4th or 5th edition this year on 24th of April. Taking place now in Bratislava. And about the project, I briefly mentioned that what was our aim as a project lead. In principle, the project aims to somehow build the collaborative ecosystem and to check whether there is effort and the demand for some tighter cooperation between the V4 countries. So we found the partners, and we are somehow checking whether there is a space also for the some enhanced cooperation or some future project. So we promote the cross-sectoral collaboration between space and traditional industries, and we focus to sharing knowledge, good practices, and the inspiration, as said. Something about, or a couple of words about the activities of the project. So in the first part, as Veronika already said, we did the brief mapping of stakeholders in each country. We published the outputs in a blog form, so you can find the information about the stakeholders and the opportunities of each ecosystem on our webpage. Now we are in the second phase. These are these online trainings. On Wednesday, we started with a presentation of Slovakia ecosystem. Now we have the Czech, and the next week the colleagues, the partners from Hungary and Poland will have their online session. Then, as I already mentioned, there will be the meeting, the common meeting of the partner and the brief presentation of our project at the Výťah conference in Bratislava. We will publish then the best practices and the information that we will somehow grab during this project or inspiration for the future cooperation, also in some common publication. And we are planning to close the project on the Innovation Festival, InnoFest, organized by Innovato. And this year we will be preparing this event in Trnava on 23rd and 24th September. And this will be also interested because we chose the topic of industry and the future of the European industry at all. And also the space community and space topic will be a part of this event. So I would like to invite you all also to this interesting festival. Okay, this is oops. Okay, this is in principle all from my side. I would like also to spot the light on the other two online events next week, as I said, from Hungary and Poland. The registration is available on our webpage on this link, and then pre-links to each partner. And you will find all the information about this project funded by Visegrad Fund on the official Space for V4 webpage.
Thank you, Anna. I will just add about the upcoming events from our colleagues from Hungary and Poland. If you didn't catch the link, I have it in the end of the presentation as well. So there I will remind it. Thank you, Anna, very much for your presentation. And as I was 2 days ago, as I was on your, Slovak space ecosystem introduction event, I've heard about the upcoming ISABIC, hopefully in the Slovakia. So good luck to that. Fingers crossed from Czech Republic. Although the situation probably by the time you will have ISABIC, there's not going to be that much great deal flow from from Slovakia anymore. But
we will see.
It's better. Yeah, it's better when when there's going to be opportunity for Slovakia and enhancing the startups in the space industry as well. Okay, well, thank you very much. And now we can take a closer look at the Czech space environment. And now I would like to invite I would like to ask Maria Němečková to share the screen. Oh, I can see. I can see it. Thank you. Well, Maria Němečková, she's director of Space Hub at Czech Invest, which is our national Czech agency for investment and innovation. She will tell us more about how the Czech space ecosystem functions, where we are succeeding, what opportunities maybe might be relevant for potential partners from members of V4 to our citizens and companies. So it's yours, Mari. You can start.
Thank you, Veronica, for the introduction. I hope you can hear me properly.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, so as was mentioned, my name is Maria Němečková. I'm the Space Hub Director at the Czech Invest Agency, and I'm here to tell you a little bit about the Czech space industry and the Czech space in general. I don't know how many of you know this, and now, okay, my slides are switching finally. But the Czech Republic was the third nationality, well, the Czechoslovakia back then was the third country to have an astronaut in space, and the first European astronaut was actually Czech, or Czechoslovak at that time, let's say. So if you go to the astronaut training center in Darmstadt, then you will see Mr. Remek as the first picture there, which makes a lot of Czech people very proud. We do have a huge heritage of Czech of space research. We did have a few satellites during the communist times, etc. And then there was a bit of a gap. So now we're in the past 10, 15 years, we've been emerging once again into the spotlight, and I would say we are quite successful in space in general and in the European space. What helps us with this is that we were a full ESA member since 2008, which is quite a feat. I think that we are the first post-communist country to join ESA. Looking at Slovakia, right, and their admission talks. Anyway, so we are a full member of ESA since 2008, and we also have the headquarters of USPA, the European Space Agency, Agency for Space Program, in Prague, which does help a lot as well. Just to give you an overview, the responsible body in the Czech Republic is the Ministry of Transport, and there are a few points that I will be talking about later as well. Right. So right now the landscape looks like that. We have, I would say nowadays it's around 200 companies and R&D institutions that are part of the space ecosystem, be it universities, R&D centers, the Czech Academy of Sciences, for example, and then a lot of successful companies. I will be talking about it later, but you can see the Ariane spaceship here on the picture, and there's a Czech flag for a reason. So as already mentioned by Veronica, we do have the ESA Big Czech Republic, which has two branches, but it's like one project. Then we have the ambassador program, the ESA Commercialization Ambassador. There's two people, but I say it's one ambassador because it's a one program. It also includes the Incubed, and I believe my colleagues will be talking about it later. Then we have the ESA Technology Brokers and the ESA Education Office, which are, I would say these four are the major programs that push the Czech Republic forward together with the Ministry of Transport. Overall, the companies in Czechia and the R&D institutions have been awarded more than 600 ESA projects, which is quite admirable for the size of the industry. And we are part, right now, we are part of like more than 30 missions, including 3 rockets that includes Ariane 6 and Vega C. Right now we have 12, well, we say 12 plus active satellites in orbit. Depends on what you consider active. But and what do you consider Czech? But under the Czech flag, there's like around 12 satellites right now. About Czech Republic and ESA, I know this slide is not very pretty, but it has all the information. I believe we will be sending these presentations to the participants later, right? So
yes,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah, good. So Czech Republic is a member of ESA since 2008. We've been quite an active member, and within the optional programs, we focus on general technologies, Earth observation, satellite navigation, satellite communications, and launch vehicles. We did join the launch vehicles a bit later than the other states that are part of it. So we are mainly focused on Ariane 6 and Vega C rocket. I'm not going to read the slide to you. You can see it and you can read it for yourself. I'm just going to talk about the success rate probably. And if you want to get overwhelmed, I do have all the specific programs that we are part of listed here. I don't know how many of you participants here are familiar with the programs, but those that are can somehow see the focus. There's always the financial envelope and the declaration year. Some of those we joined very early on, some of those we joined quite recently. It always depends on the ministerial. I would say these projects are the ones that we are still part of that are not finished yet, even from the previous ministerial or the ministry council, as they say it in ISA. So yeah, I have 4 pages of those for you. If anyone would be interested to know specifically what we work on, please do ask. I know it's a lot. Yes. Right. So the contribution to ISA in the Czech Republic has been, let's say, skyrocketing, using the language. You can see at the beginning it was quite low, and it was like the bare minimum probably participation fee, and then somehow the Czech government switched the policy, and we started contributing much more, and we hope to make that budget even bigger every year. Right now, we are expecting to contribute 66.5 million billion euros in the budget, within the budget. That this is an expected number. I don't know if you can see my mouse though, but this is an expected number. Or this is what we have contributed so far this year. So we are hoping to make the contribution bigger. Anyways, I have a few examples of Czech participation in specific missions. They are quite, I would say, famous, these missions. So I'm happy that we do have Czech participation in there. I would start with the JUICE mission, which is the mission towards the Jupiter's icy moons. I never seem to remember how it goes with the shortcut with the abbreviation.
Yeah. Can you hear me, Mary? Oh, okay. I can see. I can see it as well. Hmm. You started to talk about the missions, about
Okay.
Jews and Ukraine. So yeah, and
So
then it just freezed. So
yeah, I talked to myself for a little bit then. Anyway, so
we are glad you are back.
sorry about those technical issues. Let me know once you can see my screen, please.
Yes, we can see it.
Right, so did you hear what I said about the JUICE mission?
I think you started to talk and then it freezed.
I went through the whole slide anyway before realizing it. Anyway, so yeah, JUICE mission, mission towards the icy moons of Jupiter. Many Czech companies and scientists, especially the Academy of Sciences, participated. Secondly, the Solar Orbiter, a very popular mission in terms of space enthusiasts. It's the largest space hardware contribution for the Czech scientists. There was a lot of work done by them. If you look at the Czech Academy of Sciences website, there is a lot of information about it, even in English. I can send you a link towards if you want. Then another very cool mission is Mission Hera, which is part of the IDA mission. That's a mission that's a collaboration between ESA and NASA. The first stage, called DART, was already successfully executed. I don't know if you are familiar with this mission, but it's a mission to see how a deflection of asteroids would work. It's on the mini moon of the mini planet. The moon is called Dimorphos, and a fun fact is that the moon was discovered by a Czech scientist, Petr Pravec, which is kind of nice to know. And then a lot of Czech companies and scientists participated on the DART mission, specifically on the Hera mission. Sorry, on IDA mission, specifically on Hera, which is the second stage. Now Hera is on its way to analyze how was the impact, what that DART did. On the picture on the left, you can see the Hera tube. I don't know. I just kind of lost the word, but the tube that is used for the deployment, and that has been manufactured in the Czech Republic. So I think that's kind of interesting. Right, then I have two more missions to give you an example. Another one very favorite of mine is Euclid, which is very huge in terms of the ESA investment towards Czech Republic. The Czech companies have managed to get almost 4 million euros in contracts towards this mission. And this one was more, let's say, commercial than scientific, given the Czech participation. There is like thermal control for the payload module, transmission antennas, etc., etc. And then the biggest and shiniest gemstone in this collection is the Ariane 6. In total, 5 Czech companies participated on the manufacturing of this beautiful spaceship and rocket, whatever you want to call it. And some of the lower and upper rings were manufactured in Adece space in Klatove, which is like, if you've ever been to Czechia, you know, Klatove is in the middle of nowhere, so sort of. So it's wonderful that there's a company that manufactures rocket parts. But it's not only them. There's also a lot of software contribution, and one company designed and manufactured the flame detectors for deflectors for the rocket, so that it takes away the heat from the flames from the motor. So on the right in the picture, you can see a piece of Ariane 6 in the Klatove factory, let's say. Any questions? And can you hear me? Because I cannot see you when I'm presenting.
Yes, we can hear you and see you.
Amazing. Right. Then I would like to mention 2 other projects that are administered completely in the Czech Republic. And those are the Czech Ambitious Space Project. It's a collaboration of Czechia and ESA. It uses the ESA, let's say, contribution of Czechia, and it awards a specific project, 2 specific projects in the Czech Republic. It's AMBIC and QVIC. Both of them are integrated by the Czech Aerospace Center. In the QR code here, you can check their website. It's quite comprehensive and very nice. AMBIC is the more public one, let's say. It's an Earth observation mission. It's going to monitor Czech Republic or Czechia with and provide high resolution Earth observation data for Czech state users, but also for NGOs and for the whole environmental impact, etc., etc. It's quite a big satellite. It's not a CubeSat anymore. It's probably every time we go to any international fair, etc., we tell people it's probably the size of your washing machine. But I think it's a big one in terms of Czechia, and we're happy to finally have something that is not in the units of CubeSats. So that's AMBIC, and if you're interested in the more technical specifications, I can give them to you after the presentation. And the second one is QVIC. This one is more scientific, more deep space, I would say, and it focuses on the observation of dying stars, let's say, and their UV spectrum. This one is even bigger. Well, a little bit bigger than AMBIC, is 130 kilos, or expected to be 130 kilos. Both of those satellites are now under, let's say, construction, under preparation. And if you would like to learn more about them, here's another QR code that leads to the page of QVIC. Any questions on that? Right, let's move on then. In total, Czech Republic and the Czech space industry has many capacities and capabilities. I've listed a few that are, let's say, considered primal or the priority sectors that we focus on. It's a lot of electronics, mechatronics, optics. We have quite successful optics and detector like sector, let's say, but also we do have companies that manufacture high atmosphere platform systems. A lot of companies that focus on Earth observation applications and data applications. Quite a lot of downstream companies, I would say. And there is an excellent center focus on laser technology, so we do need to mention that. I don't know how many of you are familiar with the LD Beamlines company in Czechia. It's around Prague, and they are one of the top research centers and manufacturers focused on lasers and high-scale lasers. I don't know if I think Simon's here and if he will be talking about them, but lasers are becoming a big thing in Czechia, I would say. Right, here are a few examples of Czech companies that are focused on space. It's definitely not all of them, but just a few to maybe ring a bell if you know any of these companies. As I mentioned, the one in the middle with the rocket ATC Space, that's the one that manufactures the Arianes, for example. And those companies, they get together in a few industry organizations. We are not that lucky to have one big organization. We have, let's say, four. One of them is the Czech Space Alliance. That one is the oldest, and let's say it does not really have the most members, but it has the major players. Second one that emerged quite recently, I would say 2 years ago, is the Association of the, and I forgot to change the logo to the English one, but it's Association of the Aerospace Industry. They do represent mostly aviation companies or like not aerospace, the aero part. Mostly they do have more and more space members, so that's good thing, I guess. And then we have the Czech Aerospace Cluster, which is mostly a regional one, but it's been emerging quite a lot as well. And then one of our, let's say, pet clusters that everybody adores in the Czech Republic, I would say, is the regional cluster called Brno Space Cluster. I do believe there will be a presentation after me, so I will not speak about it in depth, but that one is the one that has the most members in Czechia, I would say, that are purely space related. In the middle, you can see the logo of Space Hub, which is my domain. It's run by Czech Invest, and I can now take a bit of a break and tell you a bit more about my job, because what we are trying to do as Czech Invest, as the National Innovation Agency, is to bring together all these players, because there are some, let's say, animosities and personal grievances and problems between the companies. They don't want to talk to each other. That's why we have 4 different associations or industry organizations, I would say. And we, as a state agency or public agency, are trying to bring them together. Czech Invest is a long-term member of the Czech Space Team. We are a founding member. We've been in the space activities for quite some time at this point, and it's only natural that we are the coordinating body for the industry in Czechia. And we are trying to bring all those people to the table. We do have meetings with them once in 2 months, and if anything's new, if any missions to, if there are any missions to go abroad, if there's like international fair, or if there's an event in Czechia, we are trying to be the space to communicate it to them, to work with them, and to be, let's sort of like a facilitator or independent player in this area. So just a quick break and to tell you what we do in Space Up within Czech Invest. And now let's continue with the presentation if there are no questions. Okay. Right. Oh yeah, I have this slide. I forgot about that one. Sorry. There is this slide that I like to include and I always forget about, as the distribution all over Czech Republic, because in many industries it tends to focus on Prague or Brno. But of course, yes, it is focused on Prague and Brno as well. But I'm happy that we have a lot of companies in other regions as well. As you can see, the major industrial players are all over the place. The dots that you can see are a representation of a few companies. It's not one dot, one company, just to be clear. Right. If you want to learn more about the Czech space industry,
Not yet.
oh, okay, so it dropped again.
Yeah, no, it's, yeah, we can see it
Sorry,
now.
I don't know what's happening today. I usually go through presentation and calls without any problem. But anyways, let us continue. I will make it quicker so that we don't get delayed by this.
Okay, thank
So scan this QR code, learn more about Czech space. Let's go ahead. I don't know if you've heard what I was saying about this anyways.
Yeah, yeah, we've heard it.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
yeah. The Czech Space Directory we called, and then it froze. So no.
Okay, good. So here's like a comprehensive timeline of the Czech space activities. You can see we've been active for quite some time, etc. But the newest instances became after our accession to ESA and also the establishment of well, when GSA moved to Prague and USPA was established, that was a big win for us, I would say. Okay, you've seen this slide before. I wanted to remind it again. So responsible for space in Czechia is the Ministry of Transport, but there is a lot more institutions involved. I would like to mention 3 activities of Ministry of Transport. That's the National Space. Someone wanted to ask a question, or I've heard someone talk?
It seems fine. You can
Okay, okay, good.
you can go on.
So the National Space Strategy, that's like the main document that tells you everything about Czech space. We have the Coordination Council for Space Activities, and then the main executive body, I would say, is the Czech Space Team. Again, if you want to read the National Czech Space Plan, you can scan this QR code down here. Here are the priority areas. We are working on a new one because this one ends this year, so there will be a new one. But it's worth mentioning that we do have a national strategy that focuses on space. Second, on the national level within the ministries and the, let's say, public actors, there is a coordination council that meets 4 times per year, and there is like update parts, and we talk about stuff, etc., etc. Let's move on. Czech space team, that's what I wanted to talk about. In 2020, the Ministry of Transport and the Czech Invest Agency, that is my employer, has established the Czech space team. It's sort of executive body or executive group of active people who are doing the space activities in Czechia. We do not have a space agency yet. I hope there will be one one day. So instead, we have the Czech space team. It was the Czech Space Week. That's a huge event that we organized that kind of prompted the creation of Czech Space Team. And then along the way, Planetum, which is the Czech planetarium, well, Prague Planetarium, and observatory joined this, let's say, group of active people, mainly because they have the SRO project under them. And then last year we saw Czech Academy of Sciences join our team and be actively part of that. There are many other institutions and companies that are part of this active team, but these are the official members. So there are 2 main things that I would like to mention. First is the project called Česká cesta do vesmíru, or Czech Journey to Space, if you want to translate it. And that is a huge national project that is focused on promotion of space activities among the general public, promotion of STEM education among kids, and in general, showing people space is cool. Also, part of this project is to bring Aleš Svoboda, our reserve astronaut, to ISS before 2028. Second thing that I want to mention is the festival Czech Space Week that we organize every autumn since 2018, and is the biggest space festival of space activities in Czechia. Now, the Czech Journey to Space. Maybe some of you who are Czech here noticed in the media in the recent few days that something happened. There was the zero-G flight. But first of all, ESA reserve astronaut Aleš Svoboda, it was an incredible achievement for Czech Republic that most people did not know about, that it's about to happen, was that Aleš Svoboda was among the 10 reserve astronauts that were in the latest ESA cohort. He's an RFI pilot, and he's a pilot, and there is an RFI to map the interest in Czech human exploration activities. We already have this request for information closed, and there are some experience being prepared for his journey to ISS. He finished his training in November 2025 and is ready to fly to ISS just about any time now. Well, let's say once we get the money. And if you want to know more about Aleš, you can reach out to me or go to Czech Journey to Space and read more about him. Second activity, or second major thing that happened within this project is the zero-G flight that happened last Sunday. We had 861 registered children for this. There was a very thorough selection process where we kind of simulated the selection process for an astronaut. So they went through cognitive testing, tests from English, psychological testing, physical tests, etc., teamwork. And fun fact is that we had more children register for this competition than Czech people in total for the ESA reserve astronaut. So I guess that's an achievement. Right. So we did the flight on Sunday. I have a few pictures from that. It was fun. I was not on board, but it was fun even on the ground. There were 26 students selected in total, which flew with 10 celebrities. They did 16 parabolas, several experiments, and it has had a gigantic public impact. I've never seen such an interest in Czech space in Czech general public since then. I mean, the last week has been basically exploding with Czech space all over the Czech media. So for any of you from the other V4 countries who haven't done this activity, is done through ESA, by the way, go for it, because it does a huge thing for publicity, for media outreach and general public outreach. I mean, Alex Svoboda being in a reserve astronaut is huge, and we want to push on that more and get him to ISS. But this flight was the single biggest thing that happened to Czech space, I would say. It just kind of says something about the general public, but it's been big, let's say. Yeah, there are a few other pictures if anyone's interested. It was fun, apparently. And then now let's move on to Czech Space Week. Czech Space Week is the biggest space festival in Czechia. I'm sure many of you noticed and are familiar with it. I have a few numbers for 2024, but I feel like I'm running out of time, Veronica, right?
Oh, yes.
Sorry, I will
We have
be swift.
speakers waiting, but
I will be very, very
yeah,
swift.
thank
So
you.
you can read the numbers later or in the recording. Let's just say it's the biggest festival in Czechia. It takes place all over the Czech Republic. And the most important thing for industry and an event that I would like to invite you to is called Space to Business. It's the main industry event for Czech Space Week. It has booths, conference panels, more than 600 participants every year. And there's on average 500 B2B meetings, because we always have a dedicated area and an app for B2B meetings. So if you'd like to come for the Czech Space Week, come for Space to Business, because that's probably the most interesting part for you. But if you're interested in any other areas, we do have events covering students, education, women in space, etc., etc. So, oh yeah, I forgot it moves. So save the date, please. 20 to 26th October 2025 will be the Czech Space Week 2025. And with that, I would like to say thank you and sorry for the technical issues. And I hope to talk to you soon.
Thank you very much for a fruitful, great presentation, Mary. Because we are running a bit late. I won't ask you, because I wanted to ask you a question, but I will maybe ask it later or maybe in the end of the event. Now, to be quick, I would ask Dominic Clement from YSpace Student Initiative if he could share his screen. And we will quickly go to the next speaker, which is Dominic Clement, as I mentioned, with YSpace Student Initiative at Faculty of Electrical Engineering at Brno University of Technology. So it is yours, Dominic.
Thank you, Veronica. I see that I'm Veronica as well, but that doesn't matter. Can you hear me?
Everybody Veronica today.
Can you see the presentation as well, please?
Yeah, yes, we can see.
Awesome, great. So I'll quickly jump through the presentation. So thanks again for inviting me. My name is Dominic. I'm the team leader of YSpace, which is the first student team that's focused on satellite development in Czechia. What we do is basically we work on a couple of missions, which I'll describe a bit more later. And we've started with this in December of 2022 as an initiative from space applications students at the Brno University of Technology, where space applications is the, I think, first Czech master's program that's focused on space applications. We've gained great inspiration from the neighboring countries, from Poland as well. I know there's PWSAT, which we also are in touch with. So that's great. And we basically wanted Y-Space, our team, to be an addition to conventional education. So the theoretical knowledge that we gain in school, we applied to our missions and to our projects. So, as I said, we are the student team focused on space technology development. We are located at the Institute of Radio Electronics in Brno University. We have approximately 40 active members, where the composition is we have about one third of the members third of the members are female members. So we actually have a great diversity in the team, not only from gender point of view, but also from background point of view. So we have a number of students from the Faculty of Business, Faculty of Information Technology, Faculty of Mechanical Engineering. So all over the university, we take this as a very comprehensive project that surrounds the entire institution, not just one faculty and one subject. So what are our goals? We want to gain practical experience for the students. So what we learn theoretically from the professors we applied, and with that experience, we are then much more the students that graduate that have been part of our team are much more valuable towards the employers. We also want to participate in training courses organized by space agencies. So on such course, maybe ESA Academy, and courses that are driven by ESA Academy, where I have to say we've been extremely successful. In this year alone, I think we've been to 14 of these trainings already, and our members are quite successful in application and in getting there. Which is great, gain incredible knowledge from that, and it helps us push our missions. And we also wanted to develop the technological potential of our university across the entire space segment. So we see that the activities here have been sort of scattered over the place, and we aim with our missions, our communication to help pull these initiatives together and to gain a bigger leverage as a university itself. Looking at our projects, we've started off in 2022 with looking at potential missions that we could work on. We've gotten in touch with people from the Central European Institute of Technology, from the Academy of Sciences, looking at potential projects which would be useful to work on and to have, which would have been useful, but also would be realizable by students in some given time frame. From these discussions, we've selected, or the most suitable project for us was a project for rehydration of bacteria. So that's what we've started on. That's mission Zimmer. And from that, since it's still quite a complex mission with a biological payload, we devised a couple of steps, or a couple of intermediate steps for the mission Kostka, which is fairly similar systematically to the mission Zimmer, and from mission Kostka, the flat set, which is basically the same satellite, just decomposed on the table to make the development much easier. Also want to take part in Eurorocket Challenge and Rover Challenge, which we've not done so ourselves. So we are not building the rocket, but we are working with CTU Space Research, where we are developing a payload for their rocket. And this is a great example of collaboration across different institutions, for example, here in Czechia. So the payload will be fairly similar to what we will be working on for the mission Simmer. So we'll have some trials before we actually launch the satellite on full-size rocket. I would briefly talk about the mission Kostka, which is a small 1U CubeSat. And the primary goal of this mission is to verify LoRa, so long-range module, communication module. And our goal with that is to achieve data transmission and communication from a planned polar station in Antarctica on Nelson Islands. It's the polar station of our university. So the way it is now, if we have meteorological measurements there, a person always has to go there, transfer the data, and has to be in person there. And what we aim to achieve with this technological demonstration is to have a relay satellite, which would get rid of this necessity, and we could download the data in real time. It is the first Czech student developed satellite that will be in space. So we do all the electrical engineering design ourselves, the mechanical design, the mission design, the controls. So everything that's part of any other space satellite mission is done by students in close collaboration with the private sector. So with the companies here, with Brno Space Cluster, for example, the companies that are part of Brno Space Cluster, we work closely, and they give us the knowledge, but then we do the work ourselves. This mission is also a part of ESA Spectrum Sharing Makerspace, which has helped us with funding of the module development, and it's basically what pushed this satellite into reality. Not only that, but also a big support of our university with the finances for the launch activities. Looking at the more complicated mission, which mission Kostka is derived from, that's mission Simmer. As I've said, this is with collaboration of the Mendel University, where the goal of this mission is to recultivate desiccated bacteria for oxygen production in space. What this basically means is that we'll take dehydrated bacteria, pump sort of liquid into them, and see if we are able to sustain their life and their oxygen production in microgravity. Why bacteria, and why does this make sense is that this bacteria has many potential uses. We see it as basically here on Earth as something that's not useful, but one such example of usefulness could be the use of the cyanobacteria to make a fertile ground. So we can take the moon regolith, the stuff that's on the moon, merge it sort of with, or grow the cyanobacteria on it, and therefore we can gain fertile ground, which can help us then in agriculture on extraterrestrial bodies. It is a bit of a bigger satellite. It's a 3U CubeSat. The payload itself is being developed in collaboration with Mendel. It's systematically very similar to the previous mission. We are always using the available infrastructure at our university. So at our university, we have a ground station, which we can use to not only download data, but also to control the satellite itself. So both TT and C can be done here. And a great achievement with this mission is that we are part of the most prestigious student program that European Space Agency offers. We are part of ESA Flyer Satellite, where every year tens of different student missions from all across European Union write a huge proposal. The ESA then evaluates it, and based on quite a lengthy and complex selection process, selects the top 5 missions, which it then supports with a very, very strong 18-month program where ESA is helping us with the mission aspect itself, but also in the later stages with testing of the components in actual ESA facilities, where all these activities are funded directly from the European Space Agency. Being here at the V4 let's say conference or meeting, another team that has also been successful in this is the FACET team from the Bratislava University of Technology. So we are also happy that our close neighbors are with us in the same project. But apart from our missions, we also aim to make these activities seen. We know that the public support is required for these missions to actually be realized. So what we do is we've organized sort of a networking event in the winter semester, where we create a series of workshops for everyone that's interested in space. We also use it as a knowledge transfer within the team. So at the start of the semester, we have the recruitment process, and by these workshops, we are able to show the new members what we are working on, and also show the general public that it's not there's nothing to be scared of in space development, that we can do it, and it's sort of still quite covered in fog that, okay, aerospace is something that's very, very hard to do, but you can see that we are doing it. We are doing it, I would say, quite well. And also our team members are always very sought after from the space companies, not only in Brno. We have the majority of our alumni from the team are part of great initiatives, great projects all across Brno region, Czech Republic, but also the entire world. And what we've achieved so far in this year is we've attended about 14, or I think it's maybe more now, ESA Academy workshops. We've been accepted to the European CubeSat Symposium in Belgium. We have numerous award-winning theses. So the projects that we work on are usually part of some thesis, be it bachelor's or master's. We've gained the Chancellor's Award, the multiple Dean's Awards. We've been selected to the ESA Flyer Satellite Design Booster Program. We were speaking at a number of, or I think it was two panels at the Czech Space Week, and one of our spin-off is part of the ESA Business Incubation Center. So there is also a connection to the industry and the commercial potential from these unit activities as well. Right, I think that's everything from my side. I just wanted to say that we do it. Why? Because we can. And I hope I didn't take up too much time. If you have any questions, please go ahead and ask them.
So in case nobody has question, I will thank you very much, Dominic, and thank you for your time. I know you gotta go somewhere else at this point. So thank you for the presentation. Y-Space is like, perfect example of a student initiative from the Czech Republic, supported not only by the university, but the companies in the ecosystem as well. And as you can see, the results are, I would say, phenomenal. Like in 2 years of existence, if I'm not mistaken, 2 years.
Yes.
Oh, that's crazy. I still don't know how you do it, but it just seems like the combination where the ecosystem works and the students, when they want to achieve the missions, it can be done. So that's a great example, and it's inspirational, I think, for all of us. Thank you very much.
Thank you. It's a great effort from everyone, and it's as you said, a combination of all the different aspects. If in case you're interested to find out more, please you can look in our website. You can see more detail about the missions, and if you'd be interested in collaboration or getting in touch with us, you can also find contacts to either me or our faculty advisor or other members of the team on the website itself.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, well, and coming to another speaker, and we are staying in Brno, actually. and not only because of the university ecosystem, but also because the city of Brno plays a big role in commercializing space technologies. Many companies are active in the space industry, are based here in Brno. So it's not surprised that this is where Brno Space Cluster emerged, now bringing together 22 members and standing as a great example, as it was already mentioned by Mary, of industry collaboration in the Czech Republic. The cluster will be introduced by its manager, Václav Havlíček. So if we have him here, maybe I will ask. Vašek, can you hear us? Okay, it seems that, oh, maybe he's in the waiting room. Hello, is it you, Vašek?
Hello, everyone.
Oh, great.
Sorry,
Hello.
I dropped out for a second because my computer needed to approve my sharing. So, but
Okay.
I'm back, and let me share my presentation. Hopefully, you are seeing the presentation now.
Yes, we can see it.
Okay, great. So, hello everyone. Once more, my name is Václav Havlíček, and I'm manager of Brno Space Cluster. So let's get into it. I heard that Dominic mentioned us already, so it looks like that I'm basically just a second guy here saying all the things that were said already, but it doesn't matter. Brno Space Cluster is coming from the name. We are a regional cluster. Really often we get the question if we want to take companies from other parts of the Czech Republic as well, but quite intentionally we don't want to. We think that the regionality is very important in how we think about things and in the partnerships. Also, when Maria was sharing the map with the entities in Czech Republic, it was quite obvious that there is quite a lot of players in the region. So we want to put them together as a family that occupy the common space, I would say. We have both companies and academia, and we really built on multiple years of cooperation. This cluster was founded in 2021 with basically 9 funding members, and then it grew into 22 members that we have now. And it was quite, I would say, organic and really normal, because we do projects together either way. So it was just about doing an, I would say, official step into becoming an association. It's built on close cooperation and technical expertise. And basically, we have 2 main focuses. One is business, of course, where it's both ESA and both new space business activities. Again, really often you probably know it's a common thing, I would say, everywhere that there's an industry event and there's 20 companies going there, but then they do 1 or 2 consortium. And we thought, okay, this is a little bit not needed. We can go only some representatives and then share information with the other people. And really often there is quite natural supply chain established and so on. So these things we can help with the cluster, but also we can just share information that we're getting from multiple sources. But also the idea was to play a role. We submitted multiple tenders as a cluster, as the entity itself. It's not that easy as we envisioned. If anybody would like to go into this way, I can say to you that recently I was told by ESA that we should not do this as the association, but as a single company. So this is something that we're still trying to figure out how to do it exactly in the best way. But either way, it's something that's important when you have both bigger and smaller companies to be able to say, okay, maybe I will prime the activity, but even though it's a little bit out of my scope, but by priming it, I help some smaller company that's my partner to take part in the activity because they would not be able to prime it, and this is the logic behind it. Education and popularization, it's something that's very important for us. As Dominic was talking about the Y-Space is the I would say really great outcome of the study program Space Applications that was established here. I'm happy to say that we are a big partner of the program, both in establishing and now in even how the program grows and evolves. So this is something that it's very important for us, and we try to spend quite a lot of time on these activities. And Brno Planetarium is one of the members of Brno Space Cluster, so of course the popularization goes with them a lot. This is just like a basic overview of the activities. It's nothing I would say super surprising. I'm not even gonna read through them really specifically. I would say these are classic things that every association or a cluster is doing. On the members, we have currently 22 members. Together, it's approximately 240 employees. These are still numbers from 2023. I'm waiting for the numbers from 2024. And approximately 13.5 million euro turnover in 2023. What is very important is most of our companies are actually really small, really focused companies. So this is also one of the rules that we have, that the companies have to have main focus R&D. We don't have companies that are solely manufacturing companies. It's really on purpose. It's a different, I would say, vibe or different setting of the company. So we don't want to mix these two types of companies, because again, that it's against, I would say, mutual understanding in the cluster. And every space member of the cluster has some space heritage. So these are the members. I don't know who you know or don't know, but there are some system mission integrator companies. There are some payload or intelligence companies. There is some data processing. There is some rotary pumps, cooling. Then there are some of the, I would say, non-company members like JIC, like the planetarium, like a regional chamber of commerce. Then we have the 3 universities, one research center that's part of the university, and then a lot of startup and a few bigger companies. So it's really a mix of different things, but it's all connected by the location, by the space industry, and by the R&D effort, which is important. These again is some of the capabilities. So this is what we do in upstream, actually in space, and then we have also capabilities in midstream, so between space and Earth, and then downstream on Earth. So it's quite a big mix. I don't think it makes sense to go really in detail with each company. This is why we have this brochure. Again, edition 2025 is coming, maybe somewhere in mid 2025. And how it works, there is a single page about every company. And really the idea is that anyone who wants to do any cooperation with the cluster or with its members can just look into the brochure, and there's always some description of the company, I would say free form. And then there are some pretty strict lines asking about focused product, services, expertise, current finished projects, visa, current finished commercial projects, competitive advantage, and possible partnerships. So this is really like the thing that I think makes sense to spend the most time on if you are interested in seeing who are the members and what are they doing. So if this is something that's is interesting for you, just let me know. I can share. And this is in the end, I would say, the main thing that we want to showcase about the cluster, because the cluster itself, it's a shell, it's an entity that holds the companies, the members together, but the true value is in the members. So this is why I think this is the most important. Okay, so that's all from my side. I was trying to be really quick to close the gap. And if you have anything, any questions, if you want the catalog or anything like that, please contact me on this very, very generic email. But I promise you, it's only me reading the email, so don't worry. You can write really openly. I don't have a problem with that.
Well, thank you very much, Vasek, and thank you for keeping up with the time. So now we are slightly getting to the timeline, to the planned timeline. So if there are no questions, probably not. In case you would like, to ask something, you can just type it in the chat, and I will read it for you. Well. It seems like it's no coincidence that we are seeing so many new space companies emerging in Czechia. And the big part of the success is also thanks to, as I think Mary already said in her presentation about Czech space ecosystem. And is thanks to our strategic engagement with ESA Commercialization Gateway. Just briefly, the ESA Commercialization Gateway includes programs like in Czechia, like ESABIC, ESA Technology Broker that helps transfer space tech into non-space sectors, and ESA ambassadors in Czech Republic, including BES and Incubed program as well, which support both early and late-stage commercial project. At this point, I want to introduce a new speaker because I'll now take a few minutes to share a few insights about ESABIC Czech Republic, because as I already mentioned, I'm the incubation manager for the Brno branch. So at this point, I will share my screen and I will start. Well, ESABIC Czech Republic. Now I will say you just a few things because I know that probably all of the people that are here today know the programs, technology broker ambassador ESABIC as well. So what I want to emphasize are things like how we do it in the Czech Republic, maybe what are little differences, and this is the aim of what I want to say. So the ESABIC in the Czech Republic operates through collaboration of several key entities, namely, of course, ESA, the city of Prague, and South Moravian region as the local incentives. Czech Invest as the operator, innovation agency JIC, where is the Brno branch, the Ministry of Transport, and the Ministry of Industry and Trade. All of these partners have joined forces so that we can support startups working with space technologies and help grow the Czech space industry. And I believe that together we are actually making it happen. We've been doing this successfully since 2016. When Czech Invest launched the Prague branch of ESABIC. 2 years later, GIC and South Moravian region joined in. And together we form ESABIC Czech Republic. And even though there are a few 100 kilometers between us, I mean the Brno and Prague branch, we work together very closely and almost on a daily basis because we are one ESABIC. In the past almost 10 years, we have supported 62 startups, building a solid and growing community that shares experiences, learns from each other, and develops the ecosystem at this point quite organically. what I would like to tell about like specific thing about Czech Republic, about Izabik Czech Republic at this moment, I would say the most exciting thing is right now is that we can offer significantly higher funding thanks to our connection with Czech Invest program Technology Incubation. And this allows our startups to receive up to 180,000 euros plus additional non-financial support instead of standard 50K, which is a very attractive incentive and very substantial change. And it helps us to attract more technically ambitious projects and at this point and stage, making the program a bit more attractive. But otherwise, our support follows a standard Izabik model in the Czech Republic. Startups receive the grant. In the standard incubation, it's the 50K or the incubation plus, which is up to 180, as I said. Among of that, the access to technical mentoring from ISA, business consulting provided by Czech Invest or JIC, a wide range of workshops for our startups, strong community connections, and Izabik brand itself. Okay, this is quite new and actual. This is overview of a number of startups that we have supported and the technological domain they work in. So technologies like GNSS, satellite communication, Earth observation, and small satellite development are still among the most active areas. What I would like to emphasize are those achievements there in the bottom. Startups from Izabik Czech Republic have already created over 400 jobs. It's probably going to be even more, but these are the numbers that we could get. The vast majority of them are still active and growing. For 15 of them, Izabik served as I would say a launchpad to other ISA programs, which is great number as well. One number that we are particularly proud of is 74. It's the percentage and there's the share of companies that were founded thanks to Izabik and started their business journey with our support, which means that the support really help commercialize the space technologies and the usage of it. And that's what we do here. At this moment, I will play a short video. It's a bit older, but it's still a great introduction to Izabik Czech Republic, and it includes a few examples of startups that we have supported. Can you hear the sound?
This is obviously space, and this is space,
Yes.
and this is space. How exactly? And where is space in this? This just seems completely space-free. In fact, we use space technologies on a daily basis. Digital camera sensor, space invention. Your sneakers, made using blow rubber molding that was actually first used in spacesuits. European Space Agency Business Incubator in the Czech Republic searches for such projects, startups that repurpose space technology and give it a new meaning on Earth. One Czech company, for example, uses carbon composite tubes developed for satellites to make ultralight bikes. Another firm took a particle detector from the ISS and transformed it into a multispectral scanner for art inspection. And another created an algorithm for calculating the probability of rocket trajectories and then realized the algorithm could be used in engineering design and financial markets. Satellites are another way of using space tech down on Earth. Some startups use satellite imagery to optimize agriculture. Others use Earth observation data to create customizable and stylish maps. Geolocation data from satellites are used by one Czech startup for drone coordination, another uses it for guiding fishermen, and yet another one for localizing sail offers. European Space Agency business incubator startups do not just use technologies from above. Sometimes they help startups to get their technologies up there. As one startup is developing commercial CubeSats, others are working on sky stations that could soon substitute satellites in the stratosphere. As space is getting more and more commercialized, the lines between Earth use and space use is getting funny. Every time we put on our athletic shoes, we're basically wearing astronaut footwear. Maybe one day, we will use your business projects with the same ease. European Space Agency Business Incubator Czech Republic will always help you get your idea off the ground.
As I said, it was older video, so there was some older information, but I think it still works and it still brings out the information about Czech Republic and ISABIC Czech Republic. Okay, and finally, if I will be... Yes, there is a QR code and website where you can browse through all the startups we have supported. And that's it from me. There was the introduction to the ISABIC and how we support space startups in the Czech Republic. And now I would like to hand the floor to Anna Ruščák, who will present another part of ISA commercialization gateway. It's ISA technology broker and how it operates in Czechia. So the floor is yours, Anna.
Hello, thank you so much. I'm originally from Poland and I work in Prague. Surprise, surprise. There are quite a lot of people from the industry of space who are having this mixture and traveling and working from different destinations. I work as a technology broker and we are located in Prague in Technological Center. And together with my other colleague, Ondřej Šimek, we try to find amazing technologies that can be transferred to space and amazing space technology that are practical to use on terrestrial applications. That's our goal of our existence. I have quite a lot of good cases coming from Czech Republic. I do think that Prague is amazing center of innovation in Europe. And I have also the same thoughts about Brno, Prague. Like these two cities are really amazing in the way how many good ideas, how many practical ideas we can find, and how great this ecosystem exists through clusters, through many activities that are here. So my role as ESA technology broker is more or less to find suitable technology, speak with companies about what they have available at the moment, and as well as to collectively, together with company, assess if this is a case for ESA SPAR funding, or it is a case of another ESA program or direct collaboration with ESA. So me and Ondřej, we work on solving technical issues that are coming from Czech Republic or from Europe. They can also come from America, from the States, or now Canada. And we try our best to find those technical problems and solve them through space technology or vice versa. We also, as mentioned before, support, and our primo customer are every single entity that is located in Czech Republic, meaning SMEs, startups, and or other entities like universities. We support them through ESA SPAR funding, that's co-financing, where we try to find a link between space and non-space application, and practical approach is very important and needed here. We are extremely strong, and we try to be strong in different technological sectors. So understanding and challenging ourselves, it's our everyday job. We often speak about different cases and try to counter-argument each other, which I think brings quite a big value to find solutions and practicalities with potential projects. So we have this SSPAR funding, and we also do scouting of companies. So we support them through different activities, helping them to understand what are the criteria for various programs. And that's why our success rate now is 67% for every proposal. We also support businesses. So if there is any technology need, we try to find right solution and matchmake companies with technology need. So that's our goal. This is our contact details. If you will have any follow-up questions, I will be more than happy to serve you. So we have this SPAR funding, which is very important to mention. We are only interested in technology. We don't do anything related with mentoring of companies. So our goal is to find from many proposals that at the end of the day, at the end of the project, which is quite short, will lead to ready-made product that can be commercialized from space to terrestrial, from terrestrial to space sectors. And it needs to be new, or it need to be better on performances, or it need to be lighter, or it need to be also attractive, commercially. So that's our main task, also with scouting and business support cases. We have many great cases that didn't end up at the end of the project. So one of the good cases that we have had recently is that we have ESA supported, SPAR funding supported white cane, which I have actually with me, which help visually impaired people, because when you are visually impaired, so every single piece of technology, space or no space, is very important for you to help you against any risk of falling under metro or into river, or to have any problem. So actually this technology which we have and we present on Innovations Geneva is a quite novel technology that is commonly used in 90% of 80-90% of white canes in Europe. And it combines two species of space technology, and this technology was supported by ESA SPAR funding project. And these two technologies are like actually time of flight, which actually tell you what is the distance from the barrier or obstacle or risk, and also a single proton Avanach dion. So this is a piece of technology that tells you that something is there and how far it is. And with that, a person can actually see through vibrations that are showing to them that there is a big risk coming or approaching to you. So we will present this invention on Innovation Geneva in 1 week. Except from that, the second of many success cases were vests that actually it's a measuring device that will measure various parameters on astronaut, pilots, or firefighters. And the idea was commercialized on many cases, and currently it's going to be a smart t-shirt. So it measures stress level, it measures how fast you are breathing, because it's correlated with your heart rate. And now it's now going to be used in a smart t-shirt. That was also as a SPAR funding project. We now have also extremely exciting and open project that our customer Hult is doing. It's called Blockbox, which actually will help against current socioeconomical threats that are coming, political threats that are coming from other regions. So you can read the descriptions here, and actually the solution was quite well met, and it's quite practical for the future, unfortunately. So if you will have any questions, please do reach out to us, me or Andrzej, and as any other person who was here on the presentation, we have our QR code. So warm greetings, cześć, bye-bye.
Thank you very much, Anna. Thank you very much for your presentation and presenting the technology broker from Czech Republic. Because we are quite running out of time and we are quite late, I won't ask a question at this point, and I'm gonna invite to the stage our ESA ambassadors David Hladík and Vojtěch Urban, who will tell us more about how the ambassador is implemented in the Czech Republic regarding to bus and Incubed.